These nails are so much smaller than my hands. I can't believe they haven't fallen off yet.
Girl, I've lost 2 so far. They're in this wig somewhere. Surprise.
Show the camera.
Surprise, surprise.
Great. I think it says on the back of the box, this product pairs best with random plastic nails lost in the wig. Perfect. Hi, it's me, Trixie Mattel, and welcome back to The Pit Stop, the show where we recap RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16. This is another very special episode of The Pit Stop, brought to you by our friends at Got2B's Color Remix, the ultimate customizable hair color kit that lets you be whoever you want to be, even if it's just for 15 washes. You guys, we made it to the end of another very amazing season, and if you remember back a few weeks ago, we did a super fun mid-season check-in with Jaymes Mansfield, so it only seems right that we look back on the rest of the season too. Today we have Jaymes Mansfield in the studio.
Oh my God, hello, Trixie.
Welcome, Jaymes Mansfield, you're back, girl. We made it through another season.
Honey, we're like Mariah Carey, we made it through the rain.
We made it through the rain. I was so impressed with the shocking pink color remix wig you did for me last time. Roll the footage. Now roll it slow motion. Now add sexy music. I wanted to have you make another one in this new color because I was torn between that one and the teal, so I was hoping we could do like this one today.
I'm so pleased to be invited back and to be made to do work yet again.
I know, I love that every other guest on the pit stop just sits here and says, I like the dress, I don't like the dress. And you're like, great, we have some laundry for you to do. And don't forget to separate the whites and colors, yeah.
You know what, if it gets you out of this hair right now, why not? Let's do it.
Thank you. See how easy that was? You just had to bait her to insult me and suddenly she'll do the wig. No, but I loved that wig last time. I ended up wearing it to another gig and I really felt it.
To another gig? Honey, you wore it for like a month straight.
No.
I thought we could take some inspiration from the stunning monochromatic runway of episode 10. So I'm gonna customize this wig with an ombre technique using Got2B's Color Remix in Peacock Teal.
I'm excited. I wore all black because I was like, I really want to do this like green hair, all black thing.
I was gonna ask, did somebody die?
My career.
Oh.
This is what I wear to your funeral and I'll be like, she was so helpful.
Oh, I love that. Like, she was a good woman.
Yeah,
She was a liar.
I love it. Let's not waste any more time talking about it. Let's do the hair. While you do incredible hairstyling, I'm gonna ask you some questions about the season.
Oh, let's talk about it. I'm a super fan. I know everything there is to know.
So now that we've seen the whole season, I think it's safe to say season 16 was pretty amazing, wasn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Honestly, the girls have been so messy and fun. Like, it was like watching like season 2 or 3 or something. Like, nobody was holding anything back.
Honestly, like the drag was good, but more importantly, these girls, they're not doing RuPaul's best friends race.
They weren't cagey or polite or anything that you would expect out of like a human being.
Totally, they weren't showing any human behaviors. Recently, in other seasons, I do feel like people come campaigning, and these drag queens aren't like, I want to tell her what I think, but what will a 16-year-old with blue hair think of me at DragCon? These girls are like, I don't even like you.
Well, they're campaigning, but their posters all just look like this.
Totally. Blur that. That was a ring finger. I saw it. Jaymes, sadly, Mirage did not win. Your Vegas sister. Are you okay with this?
You know, it's not too late. I'm just saying, I'm keeping up hope. I'm the last one on this train. I understand that. I realize we've stopped.
Uh-huh.
But it's gonna start back up again. She could still pull out, 11th hour, 12th hour, 15th hour. The thing is, Trixie, I got a lot of money riding on this, so if we could just make it happen. I know you're connected. You're well connected. Can we make it happen?
Listen, I love Mirage, and I think the world loves Mirage, and that's the real win.
Honestly, I have to agree, and we got to see those heel clacks one more time.
That's the thing. I only care about that.
Can you do it? You have the same shoes on.
I could do it if I took them off and someone helped me. Saphira really came to dominate, though. I mean, I love all the girls, but Saphira is one of those queens that when she walks in to compete, you go like, well, now this is gonna be twice as hard.
Honestly, like, she was like a Swiss Army knife of drag. Like, literally anything they threw at her, she could do it.
I know.
And here's the thing, it's just like, as far as it goes, I had my bets on her from the very beginning. It's like, her, she's gonna go all the way.
Yeah. If Saphira was there and I was competing against her, I would have to play dirty. I don't know. I don't know how you would beat her other than be better at drag than her, and she's so good.
You'd actually openly have to sabotage her. That's the thing. Like, you have to go to those old school drag techniques like glass and the powder and stuff.
And you would have no problem doing that.
I mean, I do love something that's vintage. Let's bring it back, you know?
Let's bring back broken glass in the setting powder.
Exactly.
So not to mention, don't you think Nymphia's runways are some of the best?
Girl, honestly, I have to say, she's been keeping me fed this whole season, both literally and monetarily, by making her wigs over again on my YouTube channel. Like, honestly, I am so thankful for Nymphia Wynn. She is God's gift to drag, and I can say nothing wrong about her. She looks great in yellow.
I keep having flashes of that look she made for the menswear with the ties, with the crop. I mean, the rest of these, I don't want to say whores, but
Just say whores. It's
whores.
fine. It's endearing.
They can't even lay down on stretched fabric and trace their body like a gingerbread man. And this bitch
Like a turkey.
And this bitch is defying gravity with ties. So like, I just think there's these moments where someone emerges as, I hate to say it, better than other drag queens. Nymphia at that moment, I was like, she's better than other drag queens.
And the thing is, like, I'm still thinking about that tie look and wondering how she made it. I'm going to find her, and she's going to tell me.
Yeah.
Politely. I'll ask her politely.
Well, you know, you can just save up all those ties that get left on the bureau in your little boudoir and wire them all together.
Okay, what are we saying about me now? Bureau?
You're like,
Boudoir?
my bedroom has no furniture. It's just a mattress on the floor. Let's go back to mid-season. Let's talk about Snatch Game, shall we?
Yes, let's do it.
A triggering subject for some. First of all, in All Stars 8, you did Jennifer Coolidge, and you killed it.
Thank you.
What was that like?
It was really wonderful, and it felt so good to know I was doing a character that had never been done before or since on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Never. I just think it's funny because those of us who are cool gays have loved Jennifer for years. And then when White Lotus happened, like, the most basic gay you've ever met was like, she's the best. And us gays are like, yeah, we know. We've known she was the best.
Honestly, I feel like we're very close. We're very similar, you know, very similar vibes. And you just had to like lower the voice a little bit of a register. Actually, Juno Birch gave me good advice on how to do her. She said it's basically Gollum on helium.
I think Jennifer would take that as a compliment.
Exactly, I think so. You know her personally.
I do. I went out to dinner with her once and she showed up in a leopard print dress and she had a headband with 2 Christmas trees on it. It was July. And I was like, I'm into her. Yeah, she's fun. She also came over to my house once and she brought little wine and cheese, which like, you know, our friends, they don't bring anything.
What was it like meeting Lisa Vanderpump since you're dropping names? I mean, I'll
You're the one who brought
later.
up that I knew her. Do you see how I got trapped here? How come when I tell an intimate story about my life, it's name dropping?
Why does it always involve like Vanessa Williams or Mel B or somebody that was very famous in the 90s?
I also have friends who are nobodies. Okay. The 2 highlights of this season, which by the way, the highlights in this wig are gorge.
Oh, thank you.
The 2 highlights this season were Saphira and Plain Jane. Would you agree?
Yes, but for different reasons. Saphira because she's an all-around, just like God-given person from drag, and Plain Jane just because I love villains.
Right?
I do. I can't help it. I didn't care what she did as long as she kept being as evil as possible.
Because I don't think people know she's very sweet and she has that sweet little voice, but Jaymes is I mean, sometimes on the inside. Would you agree?
I would say that there's a sourness to me, sure. But I just, you know, I used to love soap operas, so we all root for that villainess. It's been so many seasons we had like a true great evil person to root for.
Yeah.
I just wish she would have slugged somebody and got like cat fight in the workroom. That's what we were missing.
Representation matters.
Honestly, women's stories matter.
Everybody at home who's ever been a bitch is like, that's me. She's every one of us. It's like you in that Christmas movie. When you were playing a huge bitch, I was like, Jaymes trained her whole life for this.
You mean that Christmas movie that's available on Paramount Plus right now?
Yeah, that's the one. The Bitch Stole Christmas.
That movie I was in, that movie,
The
right?
film.
Yes.
You were amazing in that movie.
Thank you.
It did seem like, wow, Jaymes really informed this role on how to truly be a bitch.
Okay, I'll give you a compliment now. Your hair was really nice in Trixie Mattel.
Jaymes did the hair on Trixie Mattel. I hate it here. I hate it here. Bring back BB. I also want to mention, I know I'm happy for Saphira, I'm happy for Plain Jane. Nymphia's Jane Goodall was a highlight for me, a major highlight. And drag is subjective, and sometimes I see things that RuPaul doesn't see or something. I loved that Jane Goodall.
It was just the right amount of demented and dumb, and why the would you ever pick that?
I don't know. And as you're starting to backcomb this, I mean, the full length of the hair, you can really see the custom paint job in the hair.
And all the colors are from the same box. It's fully customizable. It's totally DIY. It comes with a brush and a tray for mess-free application. You could do it right at home. For the less intense and pastel colors, you mix a color cream into the conditioner before using and then leave on for 1 to 5 minutes. For the vibrant color parts of the wig, leave in for 20 to 30 minutes. And these vibrant shades last up to 15 washes.
You're a real got-to-be girl. Did you dye and style this wig that you are wearing today?
I thought you'd never ask. I was obsessed with the Got to Be color remix in Shocking Pink you wore last time, so I just had to try it for myself. I think it might look a little better.
I was gonna say, you did more highlights, so it's like the cotton candy sister to what I had on.
Yeah, it's almost like I knew I was gonna wear it, so I tried harder.
You know what it's like to put my hair in the hands of someone who hates me? That's what it's like here today.
Any hairstyles you've ever had?
Damn.
Vanity, Fina, me?
Yeah, they're like, oops, I snipped a piece off. 5, 4, 3, 2, action.
How do you think she got bald?
So back to the season. Last time we touched on the amazing goth runway, which I loved. But then right after we saw the queens right versus for power, they kind of turned it.
It was like political messages mixed in with funk music.
But effective.
I was floored, honestly.
It was good. Like if I went to the gay bar and I said, what are they doing on Drag Race tonight? And they said, they're doing a funk political number. I would go, give me a double. You know what I mean? But this is actually really great. I was watching it, I felt like that Wendy Williams meme where she has the music and she's like, and she like loves it. Like I was like, this is so good.
And honestly, it was yet another way of showing the transformation that is Saphira's footwear.
Totally. They all kind of turned it. But what do you think of these non-elimination episodes? In your heart, as a competitor, what do you think and feel?
Now, in the practice, being there, you're thinking, oh, that's wonderful. Watching it as a viewer, you're just like, someone could have left.
I, the viewer. Yeah, I say this as somebody who was brought back on Drag Race, but I don't like when there's no elimination. I want the episode to end and I want to turn to my friends and go, oh, I loved her. I'm gonna miss her. Part of the roller coaster of each episode to me is the elimination.
Absolutely, honestly, being that horrible Drag Race viewer that I tend to be, you want to see someone's dreams dashed. Like when it's all winter season or something like that, I want to see girls go home.
No kidding.
Like I want to see them know what it feels like.
I want to see them hurt. It's like there has to be murders in a slasher movie. It's like part of Drag Race is the chopping.
But if you wanted that, you could have gone to jury duty.
I might get called in tomorrow. If there's another host tomorrow, it's because I got called into jury duty, by the way. Because I've never done it. And I heard you can't even bring your phone. Were you surprised Plain Jane used her immunity potion on Nymphia?
I was. I thought she was gonna use it for herself. That was really what I was hoping would happen, is like she'd walk over to Nymphia and then pull it back right away.
I know. I think if I was Plain Jane, because she did such a good job this season, I would have just thrown out the immunity in front of everyone. Because,
Like smash it.
yes, I would have. Because,
No, better like Bridesmaids, like them catch it, throw it behind you.
yeah. Because unless somebody I really liked was in the bottom, she kind of gave it to Nymphia for no reason. Like Nymphia wasn't doing poorly, right?
Or maybe Nymphia is just that good of an actress where she managed to convince everyone there that she truly was in peril and needed it. Even though we all know she didn't.
She didn't.
Telling you, these girls, they're playing a whole nother game within a game, on top of a game, inside of a game.
I believe it. And that game is Yahtzee. This also began Saphira's string of wins, which we saw next in the Corporate Queens Challenge, where they had to give PowerPoint presentations. How would you have done it PowerPoint?
Honestly, it probably would have been just like a flashback to middle school or high school when they had to have us do those reports, where I would have faked it the entire time and done no research or take any notes, and basically, you know, mention how pretty I am, but never actually get to cooking the slides.
Right. I like PowerPoint comedy. They do a lot of that in like East Hollywood. It's very like alt PowerPoint comedy. Very
Wait,
alt.
this is a thing?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Go to East Hollywood. There is some bitch in a beanie with a nose ring here doing a PowerPoint, a deadpan PowerPoint.
You're making that up. There's no such thing as East Hollywood.
I don't know about you, but I also know a lot of drag queens who flat out don't even have computers. So I don't really know how real drag queens would fare in this. Because I know a lot of drag queens who are still working off CDs. You know what I mean?
I mean, the real challenge would be to see if they can like make a graph or, you know, a spreadsheet. Drag queen challenge, make a spreadsheet. I'd love to see that.
Just legs open. Do you remember how plucked Q was? Because she was like, I am the PowerPoint diva.
One of many times where she was angry that she lost to Saphira justifiably.
But imagine being pissed that you didn't win a PowerPoint challenge. Like, no, I was the best PowerPointer.
I mean, at this point, I forgot where I was going with this point.
Love
We were
it.
talking about PowerPoints, I got so bored.
I mean, this is a big season of pluckery. for Q. She spends a lot of the time plucked or about to be plucked.
Yeah, angry she's safe, angry she wasn't the bottom or wasn't in the top. Angry, did she win anything this season?
She did. She won a few challenges.
Okay.
I honestly think on Drag Race, you have to practice radical acceptance of whatever the judge's verdict is, because tomorrow's a new day. Whether you won or not, it's like, okay, well, what am I gonna do? Write RuPaul a strongly worded letter that my PowerPoint was the best?
I do think it's a very interesting strategy. Just go in completely angry that they did not see your vision. And until they do, you just make a big stink out of it every single time they see you. That's guaranteed to get you a promotion or anything in life.
Oh yeah, it definitely is very endearing in real life too. But then again, that's so drag. Like every pageant, there's the girl who won and 13 girls who should have won. The girls were not this season afraid to tell each other at all times what they really thought.
No. What was the word I'm looking for that they were? Rude. Rude is the word.
They were kind of rude. Like, I will say, I'm welcoming it. I'm welcome to the rudeness. But it's a really big thing to break one topic of conversation and go, oh, by the way, I hate you. Like, it's such a bold choice. Like
Enough about Plain Jane.
Well, no, like even at the table at the end with Matt Rogers, Plain Jane was bringing up poor Amanda, who's been at home for months on a beanbag chair.
She's been at home in her head for months.
I'm just
rent
like,
free.
Let this woman live. Like the 80s runway. What do you think you would have done for 80s? Because I'm assuming for you, the hair would be herring. I mean, you would have to represent your brand and just wear the biggest wig anyone's ever seen.
Oh yeah, or just come out as a can of Aquanet. Oh, reveal from that like in Hairspray.
Love. I think I would want to do Misty Quigley from Yellow Jackets. Like a nice Ogilvy home perm.
Oh.
I would want to do like an 80s horse girl. Like plastic glasses, stirrup pants.
So like the decoy final girl in any 80s slasher movie?
Oh yeah, I love 80s slasher. Maybe I would want to do some kind of final girl vibe.
Yeah.
Like a camp counselor covered in blood running down the runway like, oh God, he's coming, you know.
Or Tina from Nightmare on Elm Street, just like find a way to make yourself go all over that stage.
Could you imagine RuPaul being like, how is she doing that? And I'm wrapped in a bloody sheet just rolling on the ceiling. I do want to talk for a second about my daughter, Morphine Love Dion. We saw her lip syncing a lot these last few episodes, and she is amazing.
She gets it from her mother. I especially love, I wish you'd bring out this classic move of yours, the
Yes, of course. The used car sales, inflatable. Yes, that's my vibe. She sent home Queen of Flips though, which I have to say, as a professional renovator, I thought I was Queen of Flips. Was that a gag or what?
The lip sync assassin of the season. Like I was kind of hoping that she would just send home everyone and make it to the top 2.
I want to express how I feel about Morphine, but I don't want us to get demonetized. So I'm just gonna say that my favorite animal is and Morphine gives my favorite animal. You know what I mean?
She's Miss. Yeah.
She's Miss. Yes. Well, she did that lip sync to Megan Thee Stallion's Body against poor Dawn.
To witness a massacre like that on television.
It was like...
It's like scrolling through TikTok and you reach those Doom pages. Like, I didn't need to see that.
So we get to Makeover Week and the queens made over the Vegas dancers.
Yes.
Did you recognize some of these hoes?
I did actually, because I actually spent Thanksgiving with John and Nick.
Oh, I love... Nick's from Wisconsin, you know.
Yes.
Love him. Do you think if you and I had to make over each other on Drag Race, we would win? I think we would.
Depends. Are you doing makeup and am I doing hair?
I think I should do the makeup.
Uh-huh.
And I think you should do the hair.
Okay.
And I think I could cut fabric and you could sew. I would still pull my weight.
So it's basically what we do now.
Well, we should try to divide up who does what best. You could sew better than me and you can do hair better than me, but I could contribute to cutting out fabric.
You would give me your unwanted opinion, and then I'd just follow the feedback. Yeah.
Totally. I'm not bad at installing zippers.
Really?
And I know that's an area of opportunity for you.
Do not look at the back of this dress.
You notice on camera, James is always facing toward the camera. Is that zipper in the back? It's Nightmare on Elm Street, bitch.
It's honestly like someone that pooped their pants on the first day of school. Like I'm just riding that wall.
Damn, that's how I want my zippers described. What would we do for our runway presentation?
Ooh, what if we did like conjoined twins and one of them had like a mouth gear or something?
So unexpected. I think we could do a really good like Velma and Amber Von Tussle.
Who's the mother and who's the daughter?
I'll be the mother.
Oh, thank God, okay. I couldn't possibly play the mother.
I'll do the mother, fine. Because I'm mother. Finally, in episode 14, we saw the top 4 compete for their spot in the finale. How badly do you think these bitches wanted it?
At this point, and seeing the way they've all behaved with each other, we were at almost like fist fighting, and I was so excited.
I think like everyone's a little testy about Saphira because she never flops. Everyone's testy about Nymphia because she's a secret liar of like, I don't know what I'm doing, and then she's great. Plain, the devil. And then Q, I think obviously not winning challenges has brought out some small mini tirades.
I mean, it probably hasn't made her the most interesting person to listen to during Untucked.
Right. Honestly, if this process of Drag Race doesn't bring out some negative qualities in you, you're a robot.
I'm so excited that we got to watch them all get knocked down one by one in this final couple episodes.
Yeah.
Like I thought we were getting a top 4, heaven forbid a top 5. It turned into a bloodbath these last couple episodes.
Well, I love everyone. I hate when Drag Race is like, for the first time ever, it's a top 6. I'm like, stop it.
No one wants
Send
that.
these bitches home.
Make them go home, make them cry, make them write on that goddamn mirror. I want to see it.
Get Taylor Swift to fly that private jet down here and fly these whores home. Because like I live for the top 3 or 2. I live for that like either or. We don't know what's gonna happen. Would you ever write a memoir? Because this final challenge was like a memoir thing. Did that give you any ideas?
Absolutely. I love the fact you have to approach it from a certain gimmick. I would have gone like full Gen Z with it. Like my title would have been like, this really happened, dead ass, no cap. It sells itself, right?
I was surprised Q didn't do Q&A.
That's a great question. What was it, alphabet soup is what she did?
Yeah, but she could have made the whole book like Q&A style, like answering questions to herself or something.
Or just, fully lean into like, the horde of your name and just like waiting for Q to drop.
Oh, I like that too.
Yeah.
Let's rebrand for all of them.
Yeah. Join the Mile High with Plain.
Yeah, Mile High Club with Plain. Saphira, wasn't it?
Slewfoot.
Slewfoot. Hey, random and crazy.
What is a slewfoot?
It's apparently this inside joke that we didn't know about until now.
The rarest jewel or anything jewel related, honestly.
Oh yeah, semi-precious.
It
Because you can't call it precious.
Yeah. Get like a special edition of Bejeweled or something to take along with it. just brand it up.
And Nymphia could have been.
I'm a liar could have been it.
Yeah, Nymphia just could have been how to lie to everyone. Well, I don't know why I always do this. Like they're not gonna film this. The real celebrities don't even write their books.
So what you're trying to say is that you and Katya didn't write your own book?
No, I wish. I think when you read it, you can tell we wrote it. It's all typos and too personal of stories.
It was an odd amount of crayon in that book.
Totally. When Katya and I did it, people would be like, nice job on the book, but you didn't really write it, did you? And I was like, the hours of, at least I can type. Katya types like this.
And you did that pre-AI ChatGPT, so that's really impressive.
No kidding. But gag, we got a top 3, which I was very surprised.
Girl, I was shocked it wasn't a top 8.
Girl, at this point, Drag Race is gonna be 1 episode long and RuPaul's gonna go, we have a top 14. Like, I'm sad for Q because Q had I think the best runways of the season. They were all amazing and she made them all by hand.
You can kind of understand the rage when you sat there for hours sewing in your hotel room, thinking this is the one, this design will do it. And then no.
Yeah. I guess if I had outfits like Q's, I would walk around pissed in general.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, where's my award?
Why do I smell like hot glue?
Right.
Yeah.
With Q, when you think of the talent, the runways, when you think of the talent just in general, her doing a great snatch game, her doing great as the brick at Stonewall, all of her runways, she may not have made top 3, but she is a fierce top 4.
And honestly, I don't go into drag shows expecting them all to be like Miss America or even like well-rounded, nice people. I expect a little psychosis.
I don't even expect teeth at a drag show. Like, I don't even expect them to know the words. I'm like a drag queen apologist. When they don't know the words, I'm like, she's tired. Like, I'm fine with it.
Her wig is really heavy, okay?
Yeah, she's just having a hard day. Is it time for me to put this wig on yet? Because I want to feel this got to be peacock teal fantasy.
I hope you're ready to show your peacock.
I will say I'm excited because I would never choose this color hair, but I think I'm gonna look great. I wonder if I can possibly feel in my heart for the teal what I felt for the pink, because when I wore that color, it got me together.
Did it have you feeling like you were the one?
The only one. I did pink brows with it and I felt the flavor.
And honestly, you doing anything beyond what you normally do is where we all have to sit there and act like you just made a grandiose statement. You'll walk in with like a blue lid and we're just like, yes, we know, you look so different, Trixie.
Entirely. I will change from like an auburn lip color to a spice. And I'm like, so I'm a different person now and everybody should treat me different.
Address me as Patricia.
Totally. My name is Patricia. Trixie's short for Patricia.
You didn't know that?
I found it out about a year ago.
Patricia gets a lot of nicknames. It's kind of unfair.
I felt like I found out I was adopted. Like it was like my whole life was like, okay. Well, I've been Patricia this whole time.
Well, you've constantly lived your life like it was a switch at birth kind of situation anyway.
Totally. Well, I'm not a Pat. I'm a Trixie.
You're a Patty or Patsy.
Patty's kind of fun though. Oh, Patty.
I drink with her.
Patty Mattel. Honey, she's closing the bar, okay? All right, it's time for me, Trixie Mattel, to put on the lovely color remix, Peacock Teal. Oh my God, it's me, Trixie Mattel, in Got To Be's color remix, Peacock Teal. Oh, I feel evil.
You look evil.
I'm gonna be honest, I think that this teal is the inner saboteur of Trixie.
You look like you run like a makeup corporation that specializes in ruining people's skin.
Yes, this is like the bad Trixie. This is like the bad slutty Trixie. Sluttier.
And for some finishing touches, use the Got To Be Blasting Freeze Spray to make sure everything is frozen in place. Kind of like your face. You look great, by the way.
Although this wig, I will say, it just feels...
Oh?
Oh, I think that belongs to you.
Oh, thank you. Index. All right.
I just have to secure this though. Can I use that glue?
Absolutely. Some of the Got To Be glued.
Bonding glue. And with my hair, with my wigs, I really like to bond. I'm just gonna speak vulnerably as a woman. I know that when my hair is usually glued on, the one place I usually need extra stick is just right here, where the widow's peak is.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't worry about getting caught up in your real hair at all?
No, because I have them tied back in little pin curls. Because you know I have 6 foot long jet black hair.
Absolutely. Underneath a wig cap right now.
Yeah. Usually at the end of my hair process, this little widow's peak will float, and so that's where I like to put the glue. And then sometimes I do a blast of a hairdryer. You know how embarrassing it is to be bald and own a hairdryer? Because people are like, why do you have that? I'm like, mind your business.
I'm just trying not to insult you anymore for being bald.
I know.
I feel so horrible because it's all I can ever talk about, the fact that you have no hair.
But think about this, gentle on scalp. Who's got more scalp than me?
Goes all the way to your back.
Honey, somebody once asked me when I wash my face, where do I stop? And I didn't have an answer. I didn't have an answer.
You, the queen of dad jokes, didn't have a comeback?
Well, they were like, when you wash your face, how far back do you go? And I was like, I'll get back to you on that. I don't know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, sorry. Hair secured. And then next, James, we just had our epic grand finale, which, can you believe we made it?
I know. Oh my God. A top 2.
A top 2, I know. Do you think it's the right top 2?
Absolutely. Honestly, I feel like these two have been neck and neck and surprising us all season long. Like Saphira just being good at everything and Nymphia being good at everything and telling everyone she isn't. Deceptive.
I feel a little torn because I feel that Saphira is the best all-around drag queen. But as far as like international appeal and marketability, I think Nymphia has like a great brand that really could travel and like move mountains with drag.
Absolutely. Well, you know, gun to your head, who do you choose if you had to absolutely choose? Give me a choice.
Saphira.
Okay.
Do you see how used to a gun to my head I am? Like,
all the time.
yeah.
It's foreplay.
I really think Saphira, I would go to bed feeling very secure that if I had a vote, I would go to bed feeling very secure that I voted for Saphira.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna do one better on you. I would say Nymphia would be my choice.
Okay.
Because if we're thinking about the art of drag and the art of illusion, she's been gaslighting us the whole season.
Good point.
That's illusion on top of illusion. That's layered like an onion.
And drag queens are nothing if not con artists.
Grifters.
Yeah, so I think Nymphia really has that gene that's like, how do I manipulate the room? And that can take you places.
Absolutely. How to, lie about everything and influence others.
Yeah, that's what that book's called, right? How to Lie to Everyone.
I don't read it.
I mean, I just have to say, I think Plain should be really proud of herself, right? I mean, they've made it all the way to the top.
Absolutely, and she made it just being her authentic self. Rotted.
She didn't feel the pressures of the competition or America to make her,
congenial.
At all.
Or polite.
I also have to say to Plain, she has a lot of fans and a lot of support, which is really what it's all about.
And honestly, she has a lot of support right here too, so she'll be just fine.
That being said, I'm ready for Rubber Titties to take a break. I'm ready for them to go the way of the nail gloves.
Oh, we could talk all day about things we'd love to see just take a hike.
Yeah, nail gloves, I'm glad are gone. I think rubber breasts, like...
To the neck. Yeah.
And I used to complain that drag queens don't wear breasts, and I feel like it was like Amelia Bedelia that the universe gave me. We'll give you breasts, but they're huge, rubber, and strapped on like the Bone Collector. Like they're strapped on like Silence of the Lambs, like body parts.
I mean, as somebody that won, you know, the All Stars variety show, parading around my rubber body parts, I'm a little offended.
Well, in some ways, you're a trendsetter.
Thank you.
Everybody credits Jimbo, but people forget about you and your enormous rack.
Yes, I know. I'm the one, you know. I lit the torch and carried it. And
Jimbo just profited. Jimbo stole your drag, really.
no.
Jimbo's gonna start styling wigs next.
Can I just say, I saw her perform live at Circus. Bitch, it's incredible.
She's bomb.
I was blown away.
Big shout out though to our season 16 winner, Nymphia.
Yes! Oh my God, I called it from the beginning.
She's just a little girl who's passionate about pretending to be Jane Goodall and making great clothes and talking about bananas.
And trying to convince us that she's terrible. I love that. It's like fishing for insults.
Once in a while on Drag Race, there are competitors whose drag is just special. A lot of different people who would like different types of drag will be like, but Nymphia though. Like her drag will reach a lot of people. I'm really happy for her, and honestly, she is an artist that I don't think she needed the win, but hey, she snatched the trophy.
You know what, and she convinced us all, like, not once do we think she was terrible, but honestly, I'm thrilled. I feel like a whole ruse was pulled over my eyes, and I'm proud. That's drag right there. That is the art of illusion at its finest.
I also think now when people go on Drag Race, they're gonna compete the way she did. Everyone's gonna be like, well, I'm terrible. I'm terrible at this. You're gonna have like trained ballerinas being like, I can't dance.
I love that. Or like a sewing challenge and everyone's just like, I don't know what a serger is. I've never heard of in my life.
Yeah, they'd be like, totally. They'd be like, I don't even know how to sew. It's like, aren't you Christian Siriano?
You were on Project Runway.
Yeah, totally. I'm happy that Nymphia is gonna usher in a new era of lying. And a special shout out to my personal winner, Morphine Love Dion. I mean, she did win $50,000.
She was the winner of your universe from day one. Even though she did make some tweets about you that were a little unsavory, that I have right here. We could read off right now, word for word.
You love it. You probably got it tattooed on you. And thank you, Jaymes, for being here once again. No surprise. You turned it. Your hair, my hair, everyone's hair. Give it up in the studio. You really are incredible.
Thank you so much, Trace. I have to say, it's always fun seeing you. And you and Teal, I have to say, I never thought I'd love it, but I love it.
I might pull this hair out for Halloween. I do love to do exactly Trixie on Halloween and just wear black.
And it looks great because even though your eyes started to mold, it matches now.
Okay. And thank you for watching the special Got to Be Color Remix episode of The Pit Stop. May all your hair days be good. And thank you all for an amazing season. Goodbye. It's really cool. It's like balayage, the French art of hair painting.
What'd you call me?
The French art of hair painting. I will never, when I worked at the salon and this girl who did balayage, she would always say, oh, it's balayage. And then she would say, the French art of hair painting. And the like woman from Whitefish Bay would be like,
you must say the whole thing. I love that.
You know balayage, the French art of hair painting. And the woman would be like, oh, sure, looks nice.
You know where to go for the mecca of gay. It's right here, and you know that's right. So make sure you click to subscribe so you never miss a thing.